Happy Monday, everyone. I wanted to come in here today and give you some tips for some phone calls. I found that, whenever you have to cold call somebody, whether it's for, trying to make a sale for your business, trying to get more clients, trying to get a real estate deal, whatever that may be, the first time that you make a call to somebody, anxiety levels go through the roof. And I think there's just a handful of things that you can do to help keep your cool, help stay calm, help really get the results that you want and truly make the most of those phone calls. It's a reality of business of any sort. If you're trying to grow your business, grow your reach, grow your client base, get more deals, whatever it may be, you're going to have to make some cold calls. You're going to have to reach out to people. You're going to have to actually maybe even receive calls from your marketing and try to make the most of those. So for you today, I have 7 tips on how you can make these calls go better. So step number 1, listen. Listen. Spend more time listening to them than you do talking. I think when we get excited, we spend so much time thinking about, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say this. And that's great. But the reality is you should be focusing on asking open-ended questions to keep them talking. The more they talk, the more data you can understand, receive, and then the more you can be able to build that rapport. You can guide the conversation to ensure that you're truly connecting with that individual. So spend more time listening than talking. Number 2, speak slow and calm. This is really important. Again, when we get a little stressed or anxiety stricken, we have a tendency to kind of like almost hold our breath, which causes us to talk faster and kind of get more worked up. And that panic, that energy, that enthusiasm, if you will, becomes a lot for the other person on the other phone. And it's hard for them to be comfortable on the conversation if it's obvious that you're not. So listen and then speak slowly and calmly. Number 3, do not overwhelm them with information. Do not verbally throw up at them. Give them some information, but for the most part, you want to use this as an information gathering. Sometimes when you talk too much or give too much information, data, all of that, it has a tendency to make the person on the other end kind of get overwhelmed. And then beyond overwhelmed, once they're overwhelmed, maybe they get a little confused. And when somebody's feeling confused or not really sure what all the information is or what the strategy is going to be, when you're confused or not confident in something, it makes you feel more skeptical and makes you instantly kind of pull back from the situation. So don't overwhelm them with information. Number 4, be confident. Now, you don't have to be arrogant. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to, do like the verbal like flexing, if you will. But you definitely do want to be somebody that is in a position of authority, somebody that does know what they're doing, somebody that does confidently present themselves to the other person. You want to be that person that truly helps them feel confident, help them feel like, yes, you could be a solution, you could be an option, somebody they could like and trust to move forward with. So be confident moving forward. Even if you have to fake it till you make it, that's fine. Show your confidence without being arrogant. Number 5, handle objections patiently. There's always going to be an objection, no matter what it is. It may be, I don't really have the money for whatever it is that you're selling. Great, I get that. Let's come up with a plan to ensure that you can come up with the funds to do this. Let's spend a little bit of time talking about your financial situation and how doing this could benefit that. Again, calmly overcome those objections. Maybe it's, I need to talk to my significant other. Oh, I absolutely understand that. I don't think you should make a decision like this without running it by them first. Let's get something on the books so that I can talk to you both together next time. When's good? Which leads me to number 6. Number 6 is set up a follow-up date. More often than not, no matter what it is that you're doing with this phone call, whatever your end goal is, you are probably going to have a second call with them. You're going to have a follow-up meeting or discussion with them. Make sure before you get off the phone this time that you set up that follow-up appointment to ensure that you can have that conversation, that you can have that dialogue, that you can continue this conversation. And I always present it as, I want to make sure that I can address all your questions. So far today, I've been able to address your questions at this point in time, but I know there'll be more. Let's get a time on the books. Let's say Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Does that work for you? Great. I'll send you the invite right now. And that ensures that the conversation is still going to keep going, that you haven't completely lost this lead. And number 7, relax. Yes, the more you go into this relax, the better chance you have of actually having that dialogue, being able to listen, being able to keep things calm and patient, and all those other steps below. So I always encourage you to spend a little bit of time before you make the call, just focusing on your breath, just breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. If you're relaxed and have your breath under control, it helps mitigate some of that anxiety that's instantly going to happen when somebody picks up the phone. So make sure that you're listening, that you're speaking slowly and calmly, that you don't overwhelm them with too much information, that you're confident, that you're moving forward with confidence, that you handle any objections that they come up with patiently, that you set up a follow-up date for an additional call or maybe even meeting in person. And lastly, number 7, relax. Take some deep breaths before the call and make the most of this conversation. Hopefully this information was helpful. I hope you use this to continue to grow your life, your business, and your wealth. Best, everyone.